Cheers, everyone. How is everybody doing this Sunday? Checking all this stuff here, make sure I've got everything done right. And I can hear if you hear a ping, that's my Teams going off. I tried to mute it. I don't know how to mute it. Thank you guys all for joining me. I got my husband with me today. We're going to be drinking some Talnua whiskey today. So we got a few of you guys in here early. Cheers, Donner Pass. Thank you for joining us today.
I've been through Donner Pass.
Cheers, Jake. Cheers, William Reynolds. So we are going to be drinking today one of my favorite distilleries, which is Talnua. This one you guys have heard me talk about from time to time. It actually is not an Irish whiskey distillery. Talnua is out of Arvada, Colorado, which is just outside of Denver. So I thought it'd be fun to do a whole flight of Talnua today. Hey, cheers, Doug H. It's good to see you in here. Thank you for joining us. So we actually already have started. Let me know in chat what you guys are drinking tonight. We are starting with the Talnua. This is Virgin White Oak Cask. Oh, come on, camera. If I hold really still.
Okay, if you go like
there we go.
that.
There we go. Okay. So this one actually is in their core lineup. You can get this anytime at the distillery. And this one is 43% ABV. This one won Best American Single Pot Still at the Whiskey Magazine Awards last year. So we're going to start with this one. One of the big reasons you're going to hear a lot of Irish whiskey drinkers talk about Talnua. We absolutely love Talnua. And a big reason why is because of Patrick and Megan Miller and the people at Talnua. They are following the Irish technical file for single pot still whiskey. So all of this is made up of 50% malted barley, 50% unmalted barley. It's all aged at least a minimum of 3 years. And Talnua works a lot with the Irish distillers. You hear a lot of some whiskeys in the US called Irish style. You actually won't see that on anything from Talnua. They're trying to follow that technical file, but make a truly American product. And it definitely is different than the single pot still you taste out of Ireland, although they're using the same methods. So it's really cool how the climate changes it. Talnua Distillery, if you walk in, it's actually modeled after Method Madness Distillery, the experimental distillery at Middleton. So it's a really cool place to visit when you walk in and you see these 3 huge single pot stills right there. It is really, really cool. And it's really unique what they're doing, that they are actually working with Irish distillers over there. So they actually have an experimentation going on that I'll tell you about in here a little bit with one of the Irish distilleries. And I'm excited for when that one is actually aged enough to bottle. Hey, cheers, Eric Isaacson. Eric Isaacson. I definitely need a drink. Hey, Christine Vasco. Cheers, Slancha. Oh, hey. Cheers, Shayla. Yeah, I sent Shayla some samples of Talnua, and she actually picked it over all the Irish whiskeys I sent her, including Redbreast PX. Hey, Robbie. Cheers. It's good to see you. Robbie, let me know if you've had a chance to try Talnua. I know a couple bottles have made it over to Ireland. So we're starting with the Virgin Oak. I love the nose on this one. You actually do get that extra oak, that white oak.
Yeah, it has a really, really good nose.
Really nice, rich.
Yeah.
Hey, Top Dog.
Yeah, because most noses you get are like they're either really you get the alcohol smell on them.
Yeah, you don't get anything on this. Now, this is at the lower end of the ABV. This is 43%. But this one it's got that Colorado nose on it. And you know when you're drinking a Colorado whiskey that like Stranahan's, you instantly know it's a Colorado whiskey. This one is no exception. Shayla, we are drinking the Virgin White Oak Cask.
Put your hand behind it.
There we go. My camera hates me today. You can kind of see it. Darn white labels. My $99 camera didn't quite cut it. This is Virgin White Oak Cask, and this is in their core lineup of whiskeys. And cheers, William Hall. So, William, I have a hand delivery going out to you, and you may find a little sample of the Two Stacks apricot brandy that you were curious about. I love this one. This is just an easy sipper, but it's got that little bit of spice from that virgin oak.
Well, it's not bad. I mean,
No, you got apple, brown sugar,
goes right
nice
on
malty cerealness.
I have nothing bad to say about it.
Yeah, this one is tasty. Again, this one's in their core lineup. You can get this at any time. Hey, cheers, JH. So one of the cool things that Talnua is doing, they have, and I pulled it up so I could get the mash bill here because it's a crazy, crazy mash bill. They are doing an experiment with Boan Distillery over in Ireland. Boan, most people know Boan for the Whistler lineup. Then you're totally distracting me. So Talnua and Boan got together. They created it's actually one of the mash bills that Boan has. Boan is known for having a ton of historic mash bills. And they created a whiskey, and they are aging the whiskey at Boan and their casks at Talnua. And they're going to see how the different climate affects the whiskey itself. And this is going to be, I believe it's 2026. It's going to be bottled, and you're going to be able to get the set with a 375 of the whiskey from each distillery. And they had 14 casks total. And I know they had to do 2 extra at Talnua because the angel share is so different at that altitude. They lose a lot more in the angel share. So it was really, really cool to be able to see those casks. I know another one of the other channels on here, Matt, a whiskey nerd, he got to see the ones at Boan. So I've been kind of chatting him up about it, and we're really excited to see what that's going to do. They're going to be so freaking different. I'm trying to find because I wrote down what the mash bill was because it was something crazy. Oh, 40% malt, 55% unmalted barley, 3.75% oats, and 1.25% rye. That's going to be interesting. Oh, hey, Kilco. Cheers. Yeah, I know, Kilco, you had the opportunity to try some Talnua. Make sure you check out Kilco. I believe you are going live at 7 tonight, but if you're still in here, let me know. Mark, if I didn't say hi to you, cheers to you. Yeah, William Hall, I'm very excited to try it. I've yet to have anything even mediocre at Talnua. They're really producing just some really unique stuff. They're kind of the first American single pot still distillery in the US. There are other brands that are producing single pot still, American single pot still, but they're the only distillery that's completely dedicated to just single pot still whiskey. Well, you're not finished that either.
It is. It's very delicious.
It is delicious, and I love that they're using local ingredients. So they're using Colorado barley, they're using Colorado water. And so they're taking even an Irish, typically what's known as an Irish whiskey type, and making it really American, putting in a real American spin on it. Yeah, I'm a big fan of a single pot still whiskey myself.
It's kind of like Coors, using the mountains from the Rockies.
Yeah. Mark, and I could be wrong, I would have to check with Patrick Miller, but I think it is like 10% that they lose with angel share. They lose quite a bit. It's enough that I was kind of surprised at it actually how much they do lose. Oh, hide. All right, on to our next one. So for the next one, I wouldn't typically go in this direction, but it's the next lowest proof. We're entering some peated American single pot still. Oh, thank you, Kilco. 8 o'clock tonight. Oh, I'm glad you said that. Kilco, feel free to post your link. I don't know if I have you modded. Let me rectify that right now. There you go. Okay. I modded you up, so if you could post a link to your stream, that way everybody can follow you over there. Hey, cheers, hanging AZ.
Hey, how are you now?
All right, so we are trying next. This is Talnua. This is another in their standard lineup. Talnua Peated Cask. So this one is peated in my absolute least favorite peated Scotch, Laphroaig. They got the cask from Laphroaig. I am not a Laphroaig fan at all. I know you guys have heard me make the comment about Laphroaig. It is an ER biohazard bin set on fire. That is what it smells and tastes like. So I got this mostly for my husband. Is this? Yeah, it's out of camera. Okay. So I got that mostly for my husband, but the peat is mild on it. I think it must have been, it's not a first fill cask. There's no way. It's got to be like a third or fourth. And I don't think it was aged very long because the peat on it is not overwhelming at all. And I've had cocktails with this actually at Talnua, and it was really, really good. And I mean, you can get the peat on the nose, but it's not really, even though I know for a fact it's Laphroaig, I'm not getting that medicinal iodine peat. It's more coming through almost like a tobacco, like earthier peat.
That's what it is.
I mean, it's not overwhelming at all. It's more coming through like a tobacco note.
Yeah.
You do get it on the palate. But again, I'm not getting, it's not coming through like a Laphroaig 10. Honestly, if I didn't know it was a Laphroaig, I would not have picked it as Laphroaig.
Caramel end.
It does have a little bit of caramel there, yeah.
At the end, that's
yeah.
I could do that with a cigar.
This would be a nice one for sitting around with a cigar because the proof is low and the peat level is low on it. Thank you. Yeah, everybody make sure you pop over and check out Kilco at 8 o'clock tonight.
Mama Kilco,
and
birthday.
Wish Mama Kilco happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
April birthdays are the best birthdays. I might be a little biased there, but yeah, this one is really good. And this one also, it's in their core lineup. You can get this one. You go into the distillery, go into Colorado, you can get this one anytime. I've had probably one of the best cocktails I've ever had there, which was called Pete the Ram. And it was made with this peated whiskey and Earl Grey tea and some bitters. How long have they been distilling? They have been distilling since 2018. So not a real long time. They started releasing whiskey well, I should say they opened in 2018. They'd already gotten some stuff under their belt. They started actually, they opened and started releasing whiskey in 2018. Unfortunately for all of this, they don't have the ability to ship outside of Colorado yet. I know that is something that Patrick is working on and working towards. Honestly, it's, they're just keeping up with demand in Colorado, just with where they're at. They actually just are expanding into the space that's next to where the distillery is. They're doing in the middle of a major expansion. So hopefully they'll be getting to that direction where they're able to ship, to multiple states. I know you can order online. If you know that you're going to be in Colorado or have a friend that's going to be in Colorado, you can order online and they'll hold it for you at the distillery for pickup. And they have it in some of the retail shops in the Denver area as well. All right, I'm going to need to wash my glass after that one. That is, it's really a sweeter, malty, peated whiskey. I mean, but it is one I could actually drink. Yes. Distribution is the bane of any small distiller. Yeah. Unfortunately for us, we have 50 states worth of regulations. So it's basically like 50 little countries that you're trying to ship to. Okay. So the next one, let me pull it up. It's here. This is one of my favorites, and honestly, this was my first whiskey I ever had from Talnua. was the 2020 Olde Saints Keep. So this is one, and this is a special release that they release every year for St. Patrick's Day, and every year they do a different finish on it. So this one is from 2022. This is the Olde Saints Keep 2022. Love all the label is so freaking cool on these Olde Saint Keep bottles. This is the one. Yes, Shayla, this is the one I sent you. So this is a 4-year-old whiskey. And this is finished, and I actually had to pull up the notes because I can't pronounce it worth a lick. Pinot de Charentes casks. It's a French fortified wine. I guess it's from Western France. And some fortified wine. You guys that know wine might know a little bit more than I do about it. But I guess it's not usual for it to be used in whiskey finishing. Yeah, I really liked this one. It was all I could do to save it. And I'm going to do a review between this one and the 2023. Again, this is one that only releases at St. Patrick's Day every year. But again, you can, if you know you're going to be in the area or somebody's going to be in the area, you got a friend that lives out there, you can order it and they'll hold it for you at the distillery for pickup. This one is, I have a lot of fruit on this. Like fruit and caramel. A lot of vanilla.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah, it's like, it reminds me of, those caramel dips, like the apple, you dip like a fruit in the little caramel dip cups. That's what it reminds me of. It's like the caramel dip cups.
Yeah.
And like strawberries.
It's got legs on it though.
Oh yeah. These all, I don't know if you can, I don't know if you could see. You probably can't. But it's really, really oily. Really oily. It is really nice and rich. These Olde Saints Keep bottles are always really special. I know Patrick Miller picks these out himself, and he's always really proud of them. So good.
Yeah. Really,
you see why Shayla picked this over every Irish whiskey I sent her, all 6 of them, including the 45% 2 stacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one, these are all, every one I've had, honestly, of the Olde Saints Keep. If I'd say, if you've got a family member out there or a friend and you're wanting one of these, the one I would probably recommend, Olde Saints Keep. You're not going to go wrong with that. The first one I had was 2020. That's the one that got me hooked. You had that one too, and it tasted kind of like Bananas Foster.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
It was like that. You got that kind of caramelized char, and it was just banana and cream. It was, oh my goodness, it was so good.
Bourbon School.
Hey, cheers, Bourbon School. Cheers to you guys. I've got a hand delivery headed your way as well. I keep adding to it because it's taken me so long to get it out the door. So there's a few extras in there for you guys. And raise your glass, everybody, to Bourbon School, who just hit 500 subs. Congratulations, guys. I know you're having your sub party on Friday. Let me see if I can mod you guys. And if you want to drop the link in here to your channel. There we go. All right, so you drop the link to your channel. If you guys aren't subbed to the Bourbon School yet, content is amazing. And I mean, honestly, you guys, I can't believe you guys have doing it in the shorter time that you have. This one, this Olde Saints Keeps one of my favorites.
First one's still my favorite.
You like the Virgin Oak the best?
I like the Virgin Oak the best.
I think I like this one. It's just richer. It's viscous. It's got a little more going on.
And my palate's a lot different from yours, so.
Very, yeah.
Very different.
Very different. We do have very different tastes. I'm going to wash this out. I think I still had a little bit of that peat from the last one. All righty. You ready for the next one?
Sure.
All right. Next one, Olde Saints Keep 2023. So I am really excited about this one. This one, when I was out at Talnua this last summer in July, and Patrick Miller was telling me about this bottle, about how excited he was for this one to release. Hey, Slapshot, cheers to you. Oh, thank you, Doug H. Slapshot is not a Columbus Blue Jackets fan, I will tell you that. Hey, cheers, Molasses. There you go. The 500 sub party on Friday. I know I'm going to be stopping by. Everybody check that out. That is so awesome. You guys will definitely see me there. All right, we're going to do this one. This is a cognac finish. So this is the release. I believe this is already sold out. Unfortunately, although if you are in the Denver area and you want to stop by Talnua, I think they do still have this there. So you can try a pour of it at the distillery. This is 50% ABV. All of the Olde Saints Keep, they're always bottled at 50% ABV. And Patrick Miller is actually, he's moving towards that direction of doing everything at kind of bottled and bond, so that everything is at least 50%. Which I think just doing that, I think is a really great idea. I think he's only gonna have a couple, maybe the Continuum cask that they use for mostly for blended and cocktails. That's less. So this one, I really short poured myself on this one. Alrighty. So if you're at Talnua, you can get a pour of this. You can get. I'm known for drunk buying swag. I'm just gonna be completely honest, and this one knows. Like, I've got a lot of whiskey swag now. I will drunk buy swag like nobody's business. I don't whiskey so much, but swag. So I've got like a couple Talnua shirts. I've got a glass.
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah,
Now this one's a little spicier.
well, on the nose on this one, I definitely get the cognac. The cognac is coming through big time.
And that's probably on par with Vienna cognac too.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, sometimes you can't. Sometimes things are cognac finished, but you don't necessarily get that cognac coming through on the nose. This one, you are getting that cognac coming through on the nose. It smells exotic. All right, let's see. Oh, Flyers fan, that's been a tough gig for now. Bourbon School, we are next to dead last. We got Johnny Gaudreau, and we still can't seem to win games to save our life. So I feel you on that one. It's been a rough year to be a Blue Jackets fan, that's for sure. Been a rough couple years.
Yeah.
We immediately fired our coach, so that's always headed in the right direction, at least. That's right. You're a Capitals fan. The Crapitals. Oh, I love that.
Let's commiserate over some whiskey.
That's right.
That's right.
All our teams stink this year. Sláinte. Yeah, see, this is my favorite so far.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I like cognac.
It's got spice. Well, it's got that sweetness. So it's got the sweetness from the cognac, but it's still got a layer of spice. You're still getting nutmeg. You're getting like a ginger, spicy ginger on there. There's still the malty cereal notes, so it's rich. Honestly, Talnua's one, even though it's an American single pot still, if you put this in a lineup with Stranahan's and said pick the Talnua, I'm not sure you could. Well, everybody, all you guys that drink whiskey all the time, you channels probably could, but a normal, like the layman's person, I'm not sure that they actually could. that Colorado barley has such a distinct profile that honestly, this almost drinks like it's like a spicy single malt. I mean, you're still getting all of those spices from the single pot still though. Which that's why I like this one, because this
Yeah.
one still, those baking spices are still coming
Yeah.
through.
It's very unique. It's a
Oh, that's very unique.
Yeah. I've never tasted anything like that before.
It's completely different, and I can tell you, some bottles have made their way over to Ireland. They have been impressed over there as well with Talnua. Some friends and I ended up getting a couple bottles for some people over there that we talk to all the time that help us acquire bottles. And so we shared one of the ones from Talnua, and Talnua is held pretty high regard over there, which is a testament to the work that Patrick and Megan Miller are doing at Talnua. I mean, they're doing it right. Hey, cheers, Isaiah. It is good to see you, man.
Yeah, this is one that I would drink probably. I would drink on a special night, not something that I would drink every night.
No, this is definitely a richer, more complex whiskey. It is only released once a year. I can't replace it once this is gone. It's gone. So this is one that I would definitely cherish a little more and bring out special occasions. But I really enjoy it. And that is one of the reasons I wanted to do. You guys have all heard me talk about Talnua, so I'm a fan. But I kind of wanted to break down, why you'll hear Irish whiskey drinkers kind of get super excited about Talnua, even though it's an American distillery. This is one we kind of embrace for using those Irish practices. And if you're in, and it's one that probably most people would overlook if you're in the Denver area. It's in like a strip mall in a more industrial side of town, but it's definitely worth popping in. Hey, David Bass. Cheers. It's good to see you. This is so good.
It is good.
All right. So we're on to our final sample. Then we might have to bust out a couple other things. We still got a half hour. We're still less than the 10 I did last week. Woo, that was a lot. And of course, my friend here picked out the highest proof out of all of them. Hey, Big Vic. Cheers to you, sir. Now, Vic, did I actually see that you did an 8-hour stream this weekend? Did I read that correctly? Dude, that Big Vic energy. Holy cannoli, man. Hey, Emily. Cheers to you. Cheers. It's good to see you. All right. So this last one is probably, almost my newest bottle. This one was done as a celebration of the 125th anniversary for Colorado Parks and Wildlife, and the proceeds from this bottle went to benefit Colorado Parks and Wildlife. I can tell you this, it came in this gorgeous box. I think it's poplar. Oh, come on. There you go. Beautiful box that slid down, has a bottle inside it. I can tell you, Patrick Miller said he will never do these again.
What'd you do with the bottle? Did you drink it already?
Not quite. Yeah, he said he will. I'm like, wow, this boxes are really beautiful. He said, yeah, never again. Never again. I guess these were a pain. But it is a really nice display for celebrating 125 years for Colorado Parks and Wildlife. I think it's really cool that they give back, considering how much they use, the barley and the water. So this was a special release that they did. So this is a Talnua single pot still whiskey. This is aged 4 years, and this was finished in port casks. And it was finished in a local Colorado port wine cask from one of the Colorado wineries. So this one is also 50%. This is triple distilled. So I'm a big port fan. I'm huge port whiskey fan. So we're going to try this one. I'm grateful for all my friends in Colorado that's able to get me these bottles. Because I'm a huge Talnua fan. I actually, when I was out there in July,
yeah, she left me all alone.
I did. I left him for 5 days to go to a whiskey event when Talnua launched for the first ever, and they're the only ones that have it. There's an American single pot still that's bottled in bond, that's officially bottled in bond according to bottled in bond standards, and Talnua has it. And so I went out for July. It was over July 4th weekend to celebrate that. But when I got there, I went there actually a day with a friend. I went a day early to the event, and Patrick had me up, and they were doing the head cuts for a new batch, and so he let me taste them. So if the next batch is jacked, sorry, my fault, not Talnua's. But it was really cool to see. They threw an amazing event. They have actually really cool events there all the time. They'll have food trucks, they'll have bands. I am a port fan as well. I've got some amazing port whiskeys behind me, including a couple cask strength. I absolutely love port. Port's probably my favorite finish. Hey, Scott, cheers to you. If you guys are not following Fifth Quarter Tailgate, make sure you do. I love chiming in the fall for Big Ten football season when Scott's Nebraska Huskers are.
Yeah, we're big college football fans, by the way.
I always support a Big Ten school.
Except for Michigan.
Scott, let me see if you're a mod. I thought you were, but let me make 100% sure. Yeah, you're a mod. So Scott, why don't you can you post your link in here? That way anybody who's not following you can follow you. So hammered. All right, so you did do 8 hours. That was not a mistake. That was correct. My God, Vic, where do you get the energy? That's big Vic energy right there. Holy! I don't even work my job for 8 hours, and I'm exhausted. Wow.
I remember those days, but so.
Yeah, I remember doing that, and I remember working all day or getting up and going tailgating all day for football games, and then going home and eating, and then going out to the bar until 2. And now it's like by third quarter, I need a nap.
Yeah.
Like I'm over that. Oh, thanks, Scott. Yeah, if you guys aren't subscribed to Fifth Quarter Tailgate, make sure you do. It is some really good content for us. Following all the sports that are happening. I know Scott has a lot for NFL, for Big Ten football.
It's got a lighter nose to it.
It does, but I get the port.
Yeah, I do.
You get that port. I think, and I'd have to look. I'm pretty sure it's a tawny port. I'm almost positive it's a tawny port.
Like Tawny Catane?
Not like Tawny Catane.
Not Tawny Catane.
No.
That's
not a classy enough port. No. That's not a classy enough tawny.
That's not.
No.
Not on the top of a.
Maybe in her early years, but she's kind of had some.
Oh yeah.
A little we'll call it struggles, incidents. She's had some incidents. We've all had incidents.
Trials and tribulations.
The trials and tribulations. I'm willing to bet I'm a few years younger than Vic, and there's no way I'd be functional today. That's that truck driver in Vic, I'm telling you. Those guys are ridiculous. Yeah, I know, Vic, I don't know how you do it, man. You're giving Ken and Scotchtown under.
Yeah, I think she has passed.
Yeah, you're giving him a run for his money. Has she passed away?
Yeah.
Okay.
Recently, I think.
Really?
Within the last 6 to 8 months, something like that. Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
Well, I think it's a little longer than that. But yeah.
And I follow TMZ. I should know this stuff.
Yeah, sorry about all this.
So, do you want me to tell the story?
Go ahead.
All right. So Devin woke me up with probably the worst wake up call in the world on Saturday morning. He wakes me up at 7 a.m. and he's like, I think I had a stroke. That'll wake you up like nothing else. Like, what? So I'm like, well, what's going on? And I mean, you can move your arms and legs. His face is paralyzed. Half his face is paralyzed. You move your arms and legs. Okay. Fortunately, I'd already had it years earlier, so I knew what was wrong. So he has Bell's palsy. Yeah. So we spent 3 hours at the ER, just getting testing done just to make sure there was nothing else going on. And they confirmed, yes, it's Bell's palsy. So it
No,
sucks.
I gotta go 3 weeks looking like Popeye.
He's gonna go another. Yeah, he's already ordered eye patches. I'm not joking. He ordered eye patches with the little skull and crossbones on them.
So, yeah, this side. Well, no, this side has nothing,
Yeah,
and this side has.
I actually went through it in my 20s. That's the only reason I knew already what was going on.
I called it Ball's palsy.
Yeah, he calls it Ball's palsy.
Because it sucks. So, yeah.
But yeah, nothing like getting woke up by your spouse at 7 o'clock in the morning with, I think I had a stroke.
I didn't know what was going on. I just know I couldn't.
Woo.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, William Hall.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. It's more common than people realize. I mean, they say it's rare, but I've known several people. I don't have that, Christine, but I do have, like, I had it on this side. So this side, I know I'm the only probably one that notices that if I smile or something, it doesn't come up quite as much. It's just slight, but I'm probably the only one that notices. But yeah, a lot more people have it than you realize. But it's one of those random things, you can't avoid it. There's nothing you could take that you will never get it. It just happens.
Yeah, they got me on antibiotics and
he's
antiviral
and steroids. Yeah, on prednisone. Yeah. So
she was like, "Do you want to come on live with me tonight?" It's like,
well, I'm like, yeah, you want to? You want to drink some whiskey? I ain't gonna hurt, but yeah, I let him know it does. Unfortunately, takes like 3 to 4 weeks. To go away.
I got to teach class like this.
Yeah, he actually teaches. He's a
CDL.
Don't say where you work, but
yeah, I actually teach CDL how to drive truck.
Yeah, so he teaches truck driving school, and so you have to go in school tomorrow.
Yeah, and I'm actually glad I got the opportunity to teach because I know of all the the bad karma or the bad not karma, but the bad stigma from driving schools and stuff like that. So I tried to do my best to try to get that make sure we make good drivers, good truck drivers.
Aww.
But it should be fun.
Well, Vic, you're one of our favorites because you're a truck driver too.
I got a buddy of mine he's going to wear the eye patch. He's going to actually wear the eye patch for my eye, and we're going to both wear eye patches at work.
I never had to wear an eye patch. I never had any eye issues, but you've had more eye issues.
It gets dry.
I noticed actually when he picked me up for dinner on Friday, we got in the car and we were headed to dinner, and I noticed, I'm like, he looked like somebody who either been out on a bender or had no sleep in 4 days. Like his eyes were real bloodshot and watering, and he just looked really tired. So I knew something was wrong. And he didn't tell me through dinner that he was having anything going wrong. And it was the next morning, I got the wake up. Hey, I think I had a stroke.
And I can do a really good The Rock.
Yeah, don't do that again.
The Rock or the or Dr. Spock imitation. Now I
like the Popeye.
It just rises on its own.
All right, that doesn't get old. That doesn't get old. So what do you think of the port?
I like it. I do like the port. The port is good. It's light.
I like that port.
It's light, but it's still got that port finish to it, and it's
the same like Talnua, but it has like that raisiny, figgy layer to it.
It is really
good.
Like that.
All right. So if you had to rank them, thank you, Melissa.
It is.
I agree. He's been having fun with it, so he has. He's been a good sport about it. I'm just glad that I had it in my 20s, so I knew already, and I didn't freak out. I knew what it was. But all right, so you got to rank these.
The very first one was my favorite. Still,
you want a little more?
yes.
Well, or do you want to try something different? We could pop the local one. Higher proof.
Higher. Okay, I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in.
The
I'm in for higher proof.
The uncounted filter.
Sure.
Okay.
Which one's that?
The watershed.
Where's that?
Or I gotta go over there. It's over on the bar.
Oh, yeah, you over there.
Yeah, I gotta go over there. I gotta go over there.
All right.
All right.
She's gonna be off screen for a second.
All right.
I don't know what she's talking about.
What was your second favorite?
Actually, the one that we did after the Pete.
Oh, okay. So the one Shayla liked, the last
Yeah.
year's. Okay, so the last year's Olde Saints Keep 2022.
Yeah.
Okay, so you like that one.
Yeah.
Okay. My favorite is still the Olde Saints Keep 2023, but I do like that Virgin Oak that you like. That's my second favorite. I do like that one. This is probably my third. This port is really, really nice.
Has nothing to do with the virgin part of it. Just it tastes good.
No, it's really, really good. And I'm excited that that's part of the regular lineup. So you can get that every time. They also have a bourbon stave series where they use finish it in an extra bourbon cask, like an extra charred bourbon cask. All right, let me grab that bottle. Oh, we're about to get a whole lot of higher proof, and it's also not Irish. So let me squeeze over and grab it. Okay, so my birthday was last weekend, and my wonderful husband took me to the Bourbon Fest event that was at our local Watershed Distillery. Oversold it big time. They really did. It was packed in the parking lot. We stayed about an hour and a half. But they did release a new whiskey that is an uncut, unfiltered. So this is a bourbon. This is 63.4%. Batch 1. It is really good. It's fruity. I get a lot of fruity notes on this. So we're going to crack this. Do you need to rinse your glass? So we're going to rinse and we're going to crack this one open. Well, we're not cracking it open, honestly. We've already opened one. We got two. But Christine, it's a good thing you guys didn't drive down and go because, like I said, it was crazy. It was ridiculously packed. I'm hoping they keep this in their core lineup at Watershed. I'm hit or miss on Watershed as far as their bourbons go, but this one I really did like.
That's it.
What more? I didn't know if you need to add.
I'm disabled right now.
Oh my goodness! I didn't know if you need to add. Well, you're getting a lot more alcohol. This is 20% above anything we've been drinking tonight. So I'm hit or miss on them. I've had some things that I've liked. I've had some things that I haven't. Oh no, this isn't Irish. This is American bourbon. This is Columbus, Ohio bourbon. Hey, cheers, John Krantz. It is good to see all Sugar Kitty. Cheers, Sugar Kitty. 98. Oh, that's too hot. That's too hot. That's too much. Hey, Lisa OP.
Lisa.
Hi, Lisa. It is good to see you. I owe you dinner sometimes this week. Yes. And I had one of the batches of their American brandy finished bourbon. I really like that one, but then I had another batch and I'm like, this is terrible. It's bourbon. This is a bourbon distillery in Columbus, Ohio. Most people, bourbon distilleries in Columbus, they know Middle West spirits. This is the other bourbon distillery that's producing spirits much younger. Some of their stuff is this one I was actually impressed. I was surprised. I went into it not expecting much. But I was pleasantly surprised. We bought a couple bottles. Another actually an Instagram channel that I'm friends with. I did a collaboration video on Instagram with him. He actually did a single barrel. We picked that up too. I like that one, but I like this a little better.
Yeah. This
is fruity.
When they served this, they most of the drinks that they served at this festival, they couldn't just serve shots.
No, Ohio Liquor Control won't allow that. They would only allow them to serve cocktails. Other than to charge, they would only do cocktails. But for free, they could give free samples of this whiskey.
So if you wanted to drink, you had to actually buy a mixed drink. And the cocktail, it was great in the cocktails.
Yeah. The only, I'm not a big old fashioned. My God, I'm horrible tonight. I'm not a big old fashioned fan, but they had an old fashioned there that I really like. And actually, I think it's a syrup. And maybe Christine, you might know more about Watershed than me, and maybe you could tell me, even though I live here. But it was actually really good. It was like cinnamon. It had a lot of cinnamon in it. Man, I get a lot of fruit on the nose on this one.
Yeah. It's almost like a lemon zest.
It's fruity, and it's like fruity cinnamon, caramel, vanilla.
With a lemon to lighten.
I'm not getting a lemon.
You don't get the lemon?
No, I don't get the lemon.
Somebody's been neglected throughout this whole thing.
So this, the note I get on this bourbon more than anything is peach.
Yeah.
I get peaches. I get like fresh peaches on this. Hey, Donald. Cheers. It is good to see you. One of my favorite Canadians. So we just finished up with the Talnua. We are now drinking a local new release from Watershed Distillery, which is the uncut, unfiltered, which is the bourbon. Man, I wish I would have tasted the old fashions. They had samples in place. Yeah, I heard it was really cinnamony.
Now,
and that's what I liked. I don't like normal old fashions.
So their old fashions are bottled.
Yeah, they have a mix.
They have a mix. Well, they have it's bottled with the alcohol, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got
So they actually have a bottle of the old fashions, so you can drink it. You can get it that way too.
And Christine, you and Mark, obviously, if you want a hand delivery of my favorite Clevelanders, can have some. We have 2 bottles. We're good. It is good. I mean, it's fruitier than I would have expected. It's one I seriously get a lot of peach on it. Not on the nose, but on the palate.
That's probably why they mixed it with a peach drink, the mixer.
You're right. They did. Yeah, they had the peach iced tea.
A peach iced tea.
Yeah. Yep. A liquor store had a Watershed table and they had samples. I was shocked. Watershed doesn't, they don't venture far out of Columbus often. I have seen them at like party stores down in Kentucky. But you're right. They don't venture far out of Columbus often. I really like this one.
They make vodka too, don't they?
They do. They
make vodka.
They make vodka and gin.
Vodka and gin, which both of those are really good.
Which a lot of distilleries do.
Yeah.
When they're first starting up and trying to get age on their product, they do the vodka and gin. I mean, Talnua is no exception. Talnua, they have a gin. They also have a coffee liqueur that's really amazing.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Ooh, drinking a beer. Might have a nip of Smoke Wagon next. You know what? hanging. You may have given me an idea for a video. I might have to do one with this Watershed Uncut Unfiltered next to Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered. Now, Smoke Wagon's got some age on this one. I mean, I could tell you that without even looking it up. This tastes a little bit younger. And then you get a little, you think it's a little younger.
Yeah. I mean, it's done very well. It's just
it is. They did an amazing job on this one. But I know Smoke Wagon is an older brand.
Did they even tell you how many years on that?
I did not. I don't know if they put it in the press release or not. 4 years.
4 years.
So this is 4 years in the Ohio-made Char 5 barrels, which Ohio-made barrels tells me they got their barrels from Speyside that's down in Southeast Ohio. Speyside Cooperage is down there. So a Char 5 barrel, bottled without any added water or filtration.
GG.
But that's why I like it. Char 5. That explains it right there. I'm a Toasted fan. Hey, JG. Cheers to you. Ooh, Old Scout low proof. We do have Old Scout here. Sorry, the Wolfhound is deciding he needs attention.
Hey, up here.
So what are you guys drinking? So we're on an American thing tonight. What are some new bottles that you guys have had that are kind of standing out for you?
Oh, no.
Aside from Irish, we're an American whiskey night. Donald. Columbus Blue Jackets, I'm sorry. Yeah, no kidding. It's been a rough. At least we fired the coach. That's been the highlight of the whole freaking year, is that we fired the coach. Oh, hey, William Hall. William, let me know if you want to check out Watershed sometime. So we are actually about 20 minutes away from Watershed. The sad thing is, thanks to you guys, actually, I've gotten into more bourbon. Up until this year, I had not visited Watershed or our other local, which is well-known distillery, which is Middle West Spirits. It's 20 minutes from our house, and we'd never been there. You still haven't been to Middle West.
No.
I need to get you to Middle West. You've been to High Bank, which is the other one, which is, it's MGP that's been sourced, it's finished. But yeah, we've been bad about that. And until this community, I really had not gotten into bourbon. So thank you guys for helping me explore, stuff that's right around the corner. I do like this one. I like the fruitiness. There's a lot of fruitiness on this one. Oh, you got a bottle of Fighting Cock for your trip to Michigan last year. It's a decent pour, although a little grainy for under $20. Wow, that is a good deal.
I mean, you can't go wrong. You can mix it if
you can't find a bottle of Irish for under $20. Hey, cheers, Cheech. It's good to see you, man.
Can I show them the one bottle?
You can show them, yes, the bottle.
So I lived in Buffalo, New York for a little bit. So I was a...
a Tipsy Whiskey just highlighted Middle West. This is one of his best non-Kentucky. Like I said, I'm bad about really getting to Middle West, and they're 20 minutes from my house.
So not trying to make a...
So I asked my husband to pick me up a bottle from New York, and this is what he brought me. Yep, it's called 1 Foot Cock. It's from Buffalo Distilling Company.
It's only got 1 foot.
It's from Buffalo Distilling Company. It's not a bad bourbon, but you overpaid for that one.
Yeah, but I paid for the funny factor.
You paid for the funny factor and for the name and to support the local distillery, because it was not worth it was worth $20 less than what you paid.
But it was made in Buffalo.
It was made in Buffalo. They have a port finish. Shut the front door. I forgot you guys are up there. Oh my gosh. They have a port finish Irish. Now I'm curious. Now you got my attention. Holy crap. Middle West had the cask strength ported pumpernickel, but state website isn't prop. Yeah.
Oh,
They don't have it at the distillery. I've been to the remember we stopped in at the distillery, they didn't have any. But they keep making batches and the state doesn't keep up on their website of it.
pumpernickel. I mean,
It's a pumpernickel rye and it's
it's
tawny
so,
port finish because I asked them.
That's got to be delicious.
It's amazing.
Especially for people that like pumpernickel.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's just got a little bit of the spiciness to it.
My dad absolutely loves that.
My favorite team was the worst in league as well. I hate the Leafs and the fact they conquered their worst enemy last night, the first round of the playoffs. Yeah. We did not make the playoffs. The Jackets are enjoying their off time now. Oh, a Delbach tour. You had me at Port Bourbon School. I love Port. From Buffalo.
Right? I literally walked into this
Oh
place
my
and it
gosh.
was a closet. It was a closet. I could have walked out with a bottle. I actually had to hand it through a window and say, I want to purchase this. I had to walk into the other door to actually buy that bottle. So
Oh my God, that's so funny. And true.
I love Buffalo.
And true.
I love Buffalo.
Sorry for anybody from Buffalo. Tipsy is an American single malt guy hanging. Tipsy is one of the guys I want to send this flight of Talnua. I think he would like Talnua. I think it's because it's got that Colorado malt funkiness to it.
Yeah.
I think Tipsy. I think Steven would like it. I think he'd be all over that. All right, hey Mike Franklin.
Mike.
Hey Mark, message me if they have it in stock. Like I said, I'm 20 minutes away. I don't mind picking stuff up. Oh my gosh, you still need to visit Steven. Yeah, I forgot you guys are so close together. I am a Coyotes fan. Can't imagine you have a great team. Yeah, we haven't made the playoffs very often. I actually was at the Jackets' first playoff game, and there was an octopus tossed onto the ice, enough said. It wasn't pleasant. A closet was one. Okay, that sounds like a drag show. Oh my gosh, I'm like, Yellowstone 108 single malt. Ooh, I haven't had that one. That sounds good. Hey, cheers, Mark Emenecker. So, did you like the bourbon better than any other Talnua?
Huh? No, I still like the Talnua better.
The Talnua better?
Yeah.
Same for me. Yeah. Same for me. The bourbon is good. And I love the fruity notes it has going on. It's got on the palate, it's got a ridiculous amount of peach going on.
Let's talk about price point though.
Well, price point, yeah, that's price points. It's not that far off actually. It's availability.
Well, that too.
Although it really isn't, because you're not going to get this one outside of Ohio and the distillery.
Yeah.
So this one was $69 a bottle. The American Virgin Oak Cask from Talnua, that's bottle. Fudge, which one? It was this one. Yeah, that's it. The Virgin White Oak Cask. This one is, I want to say 75. So they're comparable. They are. And you're not going to get them outside of the state they're in right now for either. Or if you're traveling to that state or have a friend, which I don't know if that's to Ohio, more people want to go to Denver than they do Columbus, Ohio. We live here, and I think that's a fair freaking statement.
But
hey, Dan. Cheers to you, man.
I like that Virgin Oak Talnua way better than Like what was that whistle pig that we tried just the other day?
Oh my gosh, we had a Whistle Pig 6-year rye. Did not
It wasn't.
No, did not like
And it
that.
was. This is that Talnua would still have been cheaper with shipping.
Yeah. Well, there's no shipping. You basically got well, there is, but you have to know somebody there who's willing to hand deliver it to you. Yeah, that would be the team, Donald. Those buttheads right there. I had only one complaint about Toronto. So I came back from my trip to Alberta. Most of you guys have seen like my shorts. I had to go to Alberta for work, which was freaking amazing. Beautiful place. So I flew back through Toronto to head home, and I had to go through immigration and customs there because Columbus is a podunk airport. We don't have a whole lot. So I went through duty free there, and there was not much for Canadian at duty free unless you wanted the Gretzky whiskey. And I'm going to ask you, Donald, if you've had any of it. I just based on it was the Gretzky whiskey. I messaged Devin and he's like, yeah, hard pass. So let me know if you've had any of it that's actually worth a damn.
No, Whistle Pig is not. It's not very consistent. I think the only good Whistle Pig they have is 15-year, and it's way too expensive.
Yeah, that 6-year rye, I had that one, and no, I was not impressed at all. Not at all.
Mr. Whiskey Shits.
Hey, Adam. So I'm putting together my next. You saw my first Irish whiskey battle. That was between Mike Saul and Shayla from Whiskey Central. So my next one I'm planning. And Adam, hope you remember how Mr. Whiskey Shits has agreed to be a contestant. And I have another contestant in mind.
Who?
I'm not going to tell.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell.
All right. Till next time.
I'm not going to tell yet. But yeah, I have another contestant in mind. Toronto sucks for duty free, Pearson crappy airport. Yeah, the only thing I could get was like all dressed chips and ketchup chips there. I was really, and you didn't like the ketchup.
I didn't like the ketchup.
That was weird.
It was weird.
It tasted just like ketchup. It was so weird. We preferred the all dressed chips. Yes, it is a blind, although I have been requested by the last time. It's going to be all multiple choice except for the proof and age. Even the bottle guess will be multiple choice. I'm going to give you guys throw you guys a bone.
Gretzky double oaked and liked it.
Oh,
I have not given it a fair shot.
And that was the only chance I had because my bag, I couldn't have put another bottle in that one. I would have maxed out. Alberta Premium. Maybe, Donald, maybe you can comment. I've had the Alberta Premium, the Alberta Rye. I liked it. It's I mean, it's a lot of rye. It's spicy, but I really liked it. I had the cask strength. Yes. All dressed chips are awesome. Canadian chips are Canadian childhood.
Number one. I don't know why we don't have them here in the States. The all dressed is amazing.
I bought him a big bag. Was it Old Dutch?
AZ
at the IGA and
AZ. That episode of Letterkenny is not wrong when it comes to all dressed chips.
Yeah, all dressed are the best. $4,500. Holy crap!
Instead of 45.
No dill picklers. I did not get any dill picklers. No, I didn't bring home any dill picklers. Yeah, I agree. I really like that Alberta Premium Rye, the cask strength. I really like that one. All dressed chips were the best. Is it? See, son of a bee. I should have.
You probably should have got it.
I should have got it. I had an hour. So the problem was, the flight from Columbus, from Toronto back to Columbus, which is, let me tell you, that's the international portion of our airport, is this freaking puddle jumper over there. And I mean, you have to go out on the tarmac and they like pull the door down and you walk up the stairs. It's that kind of small plane. So they had us it was like a 1 mile hike out to the new terminal where they throw us on these little planes. So to get to duty free, I would have had to walk all the way back to the main part that was just after customs and immigrations. And I really don't want to do that. So I messaged him. I'm like, all they have is like Gretzky. Do you want anything? And he's like, no, thank goodness. So I just picked up more chips.
Viking
I had a whole
bourbon.
backpack full of freaking chips. Hey, cheers, Viking bourbon.
Cheers.
All right, so I am going to end up wrapping this up. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it.
Thank all of you.
If you guys find yourself in how does Seabus not have a, yeah, we suck. We suck, Mark. Trust me, when we go to Ireland next year, we're coming up flying out of CLE. Believe me. So if you're in the Colorado area, definitely check out Talnua. It's a smaller distillery. It's probably one that's not on your radar. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. I think you're going to be really impressed with what they have. But thank you guys all for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you all next time. Slot. Make sure you guys tune in. Livewire with Kilco Whiskey Musings is going on at 8 tonight. Livewire Whiskey at 9 o'clock. And check out the 500 subscriber stream for Bourbon School on Friday.
Love you, Lisa.
Love you, Lisa. Slot, everyone.